a lot of my thoughts were about my identity. My identity was I'm a service technician. I'm not a salesperson. And then whenever I interacted with a customer, I could see they didn't want to talk to me. And that was really hard to overcome. And then I just started to shift. I started to shift to putting myself in the customer's shoes and really trying to understand what it is they were wanting and needing. And that allowed me to really open up who I was as a person. So all of my walls went down. All of my sort of pretending or acting like a salesperson went away. And I was just speaking to another human. And JB talked a little bit about humanity at the beginning. And it's an interesting topic right now as AI continues to proliferate all the different roles that are out there in the world, it seems. And right now, there's an awakening, it seems, that people, men and women, are trying to be more human. And that may sound funny, but we're trying to be more human as this technology rises around us. And you see videos on YouTube of robots that look real. I even have a little robot that runs around and vacuums the floor for me. So my wife and I love watching the vacuum. I say, I'll do the vacuuming today, and off goes the robot. But we were asked today to talk about what is your one thing. So I want to zero that in for a second. I've been very successful as a salesperson. I've achieved every award you can pretty much win as a seller, as a sales manager, as a sales leader. I've helped companies grow, scale, and be acquired successfully. And there's one thing that I've learned that you need to apply. Whether you're an entrepreneur trying to sell your own products and services for your company, you might be a startup, you might be a funded startup, you might be at 5 million, 10 million, whatever it is. If you're an entrepreneur, you have to sell. And you have to get your people, the people you bring on to sell for your company. But if you're a salesperson working for a company, it's the same thing. You still have to wake up every day and go out there and do what you need to do to be successful. And then if you're a sales leader, you've got a sales team, you've got to do the same thing. So what is my one thing that I'd like to share? My one thing is this: your thoughts that you have each day control your success. So I think Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's a very old quote, but it's so powerful. And if you dig deeper on that for a minute, when you think negatively, I'll call it negatively, when you think negatively about something, you're actually attracting that to happen. When you think positively, you're attracting that to happen. And it doesn't mean you sit there and say, I am thinking about this to happen and I want this, and it rains from the sky. What it does, if you believe this or not, what it does is it attracts from the universe the energy, the positivity, the opportunities that you need to be successful. So the way that I manifest that is, for example, as a salesperson. So let's say you have a very important meeting and you need to go into this meeting and you keep thinking about, man, I'm competing against